What if the instruction manual for your soul, the blueprint for your entire purpose here on earth, was not written in some forgotten book, but is pulsing through your body at this very moment? We are taught to think of our blood as a simple piece of data. It's a classification for medical emergencies, a line on a lab report defined by proteins. O, A, B, A, B, you know the drill. And while science has discovered a staggering variety of blood factors, for most of us, it's just a biological label. But what if that's like looking at the cover of a book and thinking you know the entire story? What if a deeper wisdom, one preserved in the silence of high-altitude traditions, tells a different story? What if your blood type is less of a biological accident and more of a vibrational signature, a fundamental frequency your spirit chose to operate on in this life, outlining the very work you came here to do? Don't turn away, because we are about to learn the language of this inner signature, guided by the wisdom I was taught to share. This is not a rejection of science. It's an expansion of it into a realm of meaning that instruments can't detect. What you are about to discover might fundamentally shift your self-perception and illuminate the path that has been patiently waiting for you all along. In the quiet clarity of the mountains, where the ego softens and the spirit speaks, we have spent generations observing the patterns of life. My teaching is not about fantasy, it's about seeing the sacred in the mundane. I teach that all of creation, from the orbits of stars to the rhythm of your own pulse, originates from one unified field of consciousness. This is a truth you find in the heart of Vedanta, in the flow of the Tao, in humanity's most profound philosophies. From this perspective, nothing is random. The color of your eyes, the shape of your hands, and absolutely your blood type are all echoes of your unique resonance with this universal source. I would never tell you to disregard medicine. I see it as a valid and powerful truth. But I ask you to consider another truth alongside it, one that views your blood not as a liquid, but as a current of energy. This current carries more than hemoglobin. It carries ancestral memory, latent potential, and a direct connection to the cosmic pulse. This perspective treats our blood type as an archetypal framework for our life's journey. It is not a cage, but a key. In many deep psychological systems, blood is the ultimate symbol of life force, lineage, and the raw, instinctual self. This knowledge is not meant to confine you, but to liberate you. It is a compass, not a sentence. My tradition is all about the interplay between destiny and choice. Your blood type is the terrain your soul chose for its journey, your innate gifts and karmic lessons. But your free will is the path you choose to walk across that terrain. Before we explore each of these terrains, you must hold this principle in your heart. You are the sole author of your life story. This wisdom is merely a light that helps you read the pages you were given. I teach that each of the 4 primary blood archetypes is a different path of service, a different kind of spiritual curriculum. Each has its own sacred purpose, its inherent strengths, and its own profound lessons. This is the adventure your soul signed up for, to learn, to contribute, and to add its unique vibration to the music of the cosmos. Find your type, open your mind, and listen for the echo of your soul's contract. We start with type O, the primal frequency. While the science of blood evolution is debated, in our spiritual understanding, type O is the vibration of origination, the source point. The archetype here is the initiator, not a warrior seeking conflict, but a spiritual pioneer, the one who carries the first spark of an idea into the world. The energy of type O is direct, focused, and potent. It is the energy of forward momentum, of raw ambition, and of a deep, grounding resilience. If you are type O, you carry the frequency of the pathfinder, the protector, and the founder. You are tuned into the primal, life force energy of the planet itself. You have a core instinct to not just survive, but to create and to lead the way. There is a fundamental confidence in your spirit, a self-sufficiency that can appear unbreakable. Your inner dialogue is one of action. What is the first step? How do we move this forward? What is the most direct route? You are here to get things started. A Type O spiritual mission is to act as a conduit for pure, creative energy. Your purpose is to take abstract visions and anchor them in the material world. You are the entrepreneurs of spirit, the protectors of the tribe, and the leaders who can hold a steady course in a storm. You are here to remind humanity of its innate power and its capacity to build anew. Your journey is not one of quiet reflection, it's one of direct engagement. You learn through action, through trial and error, through building something from nothing. Your soul chose this path to master the lessons of focused intention and responsible creation. Your gifts are many. You possess tremendous physical and psychic endurance. Your focus is singular, allowing you to cut through noise and pursue your objectives with an almost primal drive. You are a natural leader, and others are drawn to your certainty. You are often optimistic, generous, and become the bedrock for your friends and family. Your greatest gift is your direct access to that source energy, which gives you the courage to take leaps of faith where others hesitate. But the initiator's path has its shadows. The same fire that creates can also consume. That deep confidence can sour into arrogance. Your singular focus can become a stubborn refusal to see other perspectives. You may struggle to show vulnerability, mistaking it for weakness. The shadow of the initiator is the bulldozer, the one who pushes through instead of leading through. Type O souls must often learn the difficult lesson of collaboration. You must learn that true power isn't about being unstoppable. It's about starting a movement that others can join. Your greatest spiritual test is to wield your immense energy with wisdom and to open your heart to true partnership. Practice releasing the outcome. Your initiator spirit can become fixated on the goal. Find beauty in the act of creation itself. Engage in physical practices that connect you to your body as a sacred vessel, not just an engine. Meditate not on what you want to achieve, but on the feeling of the energy flowing through you. Your purpose isn't just to begin, but to begin beautifully, expressing the creative impulse of the universe. Learn to invite, not just to direct. Find power in the pause, not just the push. Next, we turn to Type A. If Type O is the spark that starts the fire, Type A is the one who builds the hearth to contain it safely. This is the archetype of the weaver, the harmonizer, the keeper of the community's fabric. Where Type O creates the path, Type A makes it a home. The energy of Type A is coherent, patient, and oriented towards connection. It's the energy of structure, social harmony, and devoted service. If you are Type A, your very essence is about creating benevolent order. You are the invisible threads that hold a society together. You find serenity in systems, fulfillment in reliability, and meaning in caring for the whole. Your mind is naturally structured, and you excel at creating environments where everyone can flourish. You are sensitive, earnest, and hyper, aware of the needs of those around you. Your inner world is a garden, and you seek to make the outer world just as peaceful and well-tended. The spiritual mission for a Type A soul is to be a force for coherence in a world of entropy. Your purpose is to build and sustain loving, stable structures. Whether that is a family, a business, or a social cause, you are here to teach the world the power of diligence, consistency, and compassionate cooperation. Your soul chose this path to master the art of peaceful creation and to learn the lessons of selfless service. In a culture that often glorifies disruption, your sacred task is to create sanctuaries of peace and remind us that all great things require a strong foundation. Your gifts are the bedrock of civilization. You are profoundly dependable and conscientious. Your word is your bond. Your meticulous nature makes you a brilliant craftsman, artist, planner, or healer. You are a loyal partner, a devoted friend, and a pillar of any group you join. Your greatest gift is your ability to express love through tireless, consistent, and dedicated action. You don't just dream of a better world. You wake up every day and build it, piece by piece. The weaver's greatest challenge is their relationship with chaos. The drive for order can become a prison of anxiety. The need for harmony can create a paralyzing fear of conflict or unpredictability. The shadow of the weaver is the worrier, tense, overthinking, and resistant to the natural, messy dance of life. You might suppress your own needs to maintain peace, leading to an inner turmoil that can manifest as illness. Your spiritual test is to learn to trust the process and to find peace even when life doesn't fit into your perfect plan. I guide the Type A soul to find flow within the form. A beautiful vase, I often say, is made to hold wild flowers, not to control how they grow. Build your essential structures and then have faith in them. Practice mindfulness to soothe your active mind. Learn to view unexpected events as opportunities for new patterns, not as failures of the old one. Your challenge is to weave a strong tapestry, but not to fear the threads that seem out of place. Schedule time for aimless being, for activities with no purpose other than delight. You are a gardener for humanity, but every wise gardener knows that the garden's vitality depends on accepting the unpredictable weather. Now, we come to Type B. If Type A is the established village, Type B is the traveling storyteller who moves between villages, sharing news, sparking new ideas, and challenging stale customs. This is the archetype of the catalyst, the explorer, the free spirit. The energy of Type B is adaptive, imaginative, and radically individualistic. It's the energy of possibility, curiosity, and untamed passion. If you are Type B, you are allergic to boxes. You weren't designed to follow a map. You're here to discover new territories. You are led by your intuition and your passions far more than by any external rules. Your mind is a web of connections, constantly seeing possibilities others overlook. You are resilient, optimistic, and emotionally expressive. You wilt in rigid, predictable environments and blossom in spaces that value spontaneity and innovation. The spiritual mission of a Type B soul is to be an agent of evolution and a beacon of authenticity. Your purpose is to question the status quo, to dissolve rigid thinking, and to remind the world that there are infinite ways to be human. You are the innovator, the artist, the entrepreneur who connects disparate fields. Your soul chose this path to learn absolute trust in its own inner compass, even against the winds of convention. You are here to live so authentically that you liberate others to do the same. Your gifts are the cure for stagnation. Your creativity is your core power. You see pathways where others see walls. You are incredibly flexible and can make a home for yourself in any culture or situation. Your enthusiasm is infectious, inspiring others to take risks and follow their hearts. You are also deeply empathetic, able to see the world through many different eyes. Your greatest gift is your non-linear mind, which allows you to access insights and solutions that are unavailable to more structured thinkers. You are the question, the spark, the fresh breeze the world so desperately needs. The catalyst's path can be isolating. Your fierce individualism can sometimes be a barrier to deep, long-term connection. Your boundless passion, if undisciplined, can lead to a landscape of brilliant beginnings with no follow-through, your energy scattered to the wind. The shadow of the catalyst is the drifter. You might be perceived as unreliable or self-centered because your internal priorities are so different from the collective. Your biggest spiritual test is to learn the difference between true freedom and simple avoidance. It's about focusing your wild, beautiful energy toward a meaningful impact without extinguishing its flame. I advise the Type B soul to practice intentional exploration. I would never ask you to settle down, but to choose your direction. A river that flows everywhere, I say, irrigates nothing. Your freedom becomes powerful when you give it a channel. Meditate on your deepest values to find the one or two core passions that are your true north. This becomes your anchor in the storm of your own creativity. Engage in practices that require both freedom and form, like improvisational music or expressive dance. This teaches you to bring your visions into reality. Your purpose is not to conform, but you must learn how to connect your world to the world you wish to change. Finally, we arrive at the rarest archetype, Type AB. I describe this type not as a hybrid of A and B, but as a new creation, a bridge between realities. This is the archetype of the alchemist, the integrator, the diplomat of the soul. The energy of type AB is a paradox. It is empathetic and highly intuitive. It is the energy of synthesis, of profound understanding, and of spiritual mystery. If you are type AB, you are a living reconciliation of opposites. You hold the structured, community-minded nature of A in one hand and the free-wheeling individualistic fire of B in the other. You can be the life of the party one moment and a contemplative hermit the next. You are both highly logical and deeply psychic. This can make you seem like a mystery to others, but for you, it is your natural state. You are a born diplomat, able to understand and validate all sides of a story. The spiritual mission of a type AB soul is to be a living act of reconciliation. Your purpose is to heal separation and to model for humanity a more integrated consciousness. You are the counselor who can see both the emotional truth and the logical facts of a situation, the spiritual teacher who bridges science and mysticism, the artist who blends structure and chaos into a thing of beauty. Your soul chose this profoundly complex path to master the art of synthesis, of turning discord into a higher harmony. This is a direct reflection of the alchemical goal of uniting the sun and moon within the self to create gold. Your gifts are both subtle and profound. Your greatest power is your radical empathy. You don't just understand people, you can inhabit their perspective, making you an extraordinary peacemaker, teacher, and friend. You are supremely adaptable, possessing the planning skills of A and the innovative flexibility of B. You are often charismatic and well-loved, even if people feel they can never quite pin you down. You are a unique problem solver, able to synthesize logic and intuition to find solutions no one else could see. You are a natural harmonizer, able to calm conflict and build bridges where others have burned them. The alchemist's path is perhaps the most internally demanding. Living with this constant duality can be deeply draining. You can be plagued by indecision. As you can see the merit in every possible choice, you may feel that you don't truly fit in anywhere. The shadow of the alchemist is feeling fragmented or inauthentic, or being perceived as inconsistent because you reveal different facets of yourself to different people. Your spiritual test is to integrate your many selves into one coherent, authentic being. It is the journey of embracing your paradoxical nature not as a weakness, but as your ultimate gift. I guide the type AB soul on the path of radical wholeness. Stop trying to pick a side between your inner A and your inner B, and instead, become the space that holds both. You are not a contradiction. I would tell you, you are the container for a greater truth. Meditation is essential for you, as it helps you find the quiet center of your own complexity. Spend time in nature to ground your fluid energies. Your purpose is to serve, but you must learn to create energetic boundaries, lest you become a psychic sponge absorbing the world's pain until you break. Your purpose is not to fix everyone's problems, but to embody the truth that peace is possible. You are living proof that structure and freedom, logic and magic can coexist in a beautiful, functional whole. You have now heard the stories of the four frequencies: the initiator, the weaver, the catalyst, and the alchemist. You may recognize yourself perfectly in one, or see aspects of your journey in all of them. Remember this above all else. Your blood gives you a frequency, but it is your consciousness that composes the song. The compass is not the journey. It's a clue, a guidepost, a loving reminder from the universe of the sacred agreement you made with your own soul. We must all connect to the consciousness from which we came. Whether your inner current is a powerful initiator surge or a gentle weaver stream, it all returns to the same great ocean of being. The purpose of this wisdom is not to put us into four separate categories. It is to do the very opposite. It is to give you a deeper reverence for your own design and a true compassion for the designs of others. The initiator needs the weaver's home. The weaver needs the catalyst's new ideas. We are all notes in one great symphony, one human spirit. Now, this knowledge becomes your own. Take a moment of stillness. Look inward. Reflect on the journey you have lived, the tests you have faced, and the abilities that feel like second nature. What is your blood type? If this wisdom struck a chord in your soul, share it in the comments below. And don't just share the classification, share a piece of your story. Did a particular strength or challenge ring true? We are not defined by these archetypes, but in sharing how they manifest in us, we begin to see the magnificent, intricate pattern of the human experience. Your story is a crucial part of that pattern. The journey to know yourself is the only pilgrimage that truly matters. It is the great masterpiece of a lifetime. The blood pulsing in your veins right now is doing far more than keeping you alive. It is carrying a sacred invitation, an invitation to live with greater purpose, to love with greater understanding, and to fully become the magnificent being you came here to be. Listen to its subtle frequency. The music is already playing within you.